Who would have ever thought that a young skinny kid from Washington, D.C. would come out and get drafted second pick in the 2007 NBA draft at the age of 19. And then he comes out and wins the scoring title of the league a couple of years after that. And then he comes and gets 2 championship rings, and then his Achilles tendon tears. And he's counted out by the entire league. All the critics say he'll never come back and be the same. And then he comes back and beats Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan's record for most points, most assists, and most rebounds in a playoff game. And then when you ask him what his thoughts on leadership are, he says, "I lead by example. If I need to say something, I'll say it, but I'm not just going to come out and say whatever just so people can say, oh, he's a leader." If you don't know who we're talking about the one and only, the great Kevin Durant, and we're going to be talking about leadership and his example of leadership in today's video on Simple Money. Alright, unless you've been living under a rock for the last couple of years, you know who Kevin Durant is. But if you were his classmate in middle school, you probably wouldn't guess that he was going to grow to be one of the greatest players in NBA history. In fact, if you asked Kevin Durant himself, he would have probably told you the same thing, because towards his early years, he was pretty insecure about his height. He was insecure about everything that he had going on, and it wasn't until he got drafted to the AAU to play for the PG Jaguars that he actually got some confidence, and he thought that maybe I could end up being in the NBA. And it really wasn't until he got that win in the AAU where he actually thought that maybe I could be something big in this industry, in this business. And then the writing was pretty much on the wall for KD. And ever since then, he's gotten a lot of great team accomplishments, a lot of great individual accomplishments. One of them being the most recent record that he broke, which was Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant's record for a playoff performance. And so when you look at KD, you really don't think of him as an outspoken leader or anybody that comes and brags about all of his accomplishments. In fact, he's pretty soft-spoken and one of the most humble individuals that you'll see in the league. But when you actually ask his teammates or anybody that knows him, they will easily classify him as being a great leader. When people have interviewed him on different platforms, he comes out and says about his own leadership style that, you know what, I play and lead by example on the court. I look up to the coach is the leader, and I try to stay aligned to the coach so that everybody else can follow suit. He leads by example. He's that kind of a leader, and it's literally, honestly, the kind of leader that we all want to see in the world. Honestly, the guy's a true class act. Again, I can't say enough about him. Everybody loves him. But we try to analyze what some of his philosophies and beliefs are around leadership, and this is what we've gathered for you guys today. So number one, he shares the credit and the spotlight with other people. So again, it's really not that big of a surprise for people to understand that Kevin Durant, KD, is probably an all-timer. He's a GOAT, right? A great, great player. But he never hesitates to share the spotlight. He never hesitates to share credit with his teammates. Or he'll just start out by saying, you know what? I give honor to God. God was the one who blessed me with all these athletic abilities. And if it wasn't for all of that, I wouldn't be where I am today. And these are the kinds of things that you actually want to hear from a leader. And he'll credit to his mom, he'll credit to his teammates, and he'll say that, you know what, my teammates inspire me to actually make me want to be better, even though they're telling him, hey, you just did all these amazing things. And he'll be like, yeah, if it wasn't for the team, I wouldn't be able to get to where I am today. And that's the kind of guy that we actually love, right? So he will just go ahead and credit people. He will share the spotlight with everybody around him because he wants to see everybody else win too. Number two, which is kind of the flip side of that other coin, is that he'll go ahead and acknowledge other people's sacrifices for having done what they did to make it possible for him to be who he is. And this credit actually goes out to his team because he always talks about how his team has his back, they would run through a wall for him, and how he would actually do the same thing for them. And it doesn't just apply to on the court credit, it applies to off the court credit. The fact that they inspire him to just be a better human being and a better man in all aspects of life. His third belief is to always thank those people who actually helped you succeed, especially your mom, right? So if you actually look up KD's history and his coming up, they were living in humble beginnings. They didn't have all the greatest things. His mom was a single mom towards, I think, around the age of maybe 13 or something like that. So she provided for him and his brother. And it was just one of those environments where you really are grateful for what happens when you actually do succeed because you came from such humble beginnings. And I think there's even this saying that says all great leaders are mama's boys, right? Alright, real quick, if you're enjoying this video, if you're getting any kind of value from it, please make sure to subscribe to our channel, smash that like button, and hit that notification bell so that you can get notified the next time that we drop a video. Alright, KD's fourth belief when it comes down to great leadership is to actually use your platform, whatever that platform is, to do better in the world. KD's platform happens to be basketball. He's a great basketball player, but he'll actually admit publicly that he uses his platform as best as possible to add value to the world, to inspire the next generation so that they can go ahead and do better. And he believes that everybody else should do the same. So whether you're a public city worker, whether you're a business mogul, whether you're a startup entrepreneur, you could be anything to anybody as long as you use your platform to do good in the world and create new leaders and just inspire others. Then KD and we believe that you're doing well. And last but not least, the fifth belief that we got from Kevin Durant himself is that he does everything that he does because of the love of the game. So he said in a couple of different interviews that he lets the game be his compass. Whenever he feels like he can't figure something out, he'll just let the game be the leader. He'll let the game be the guide. And he believes that if you actually are enthusiastic about the game, whatever that game may be for you, whether it's entrepreneurship, whether it's basketball, whatever it is, right? If you're enthusiastic and if you actually love your game, then you can go ahead and expand and grow and become better on a day-to-day basis. And then he'll go ahead and say things like, it was because of the support that I had on my team that I was able to love this game, that I was able to go ahead and expand. When you got people behind you, you can do whatever. The fact is, we could probably go on and on and on and on about KD's leadership abilities, but we probably still wouldn't be able to do him justice. So the question really becomes, how can you learn from Kevin Durant and how can you become a better leader in your world? Are you an athlete? Are you a coach or a teacher? Are you a sales manager or a corporate executive? Or are you a startup entrepreneur? Whoever you are, you can probably take some of these examples and apply them to your world. What can you learn from KD and his leadership abilities? Can you actually be humble enough to admit to yourself that you probably need to learn something? And the truth is, we can all learn something from KD's example. He is just the kind of transformational leader that we talked about in one of our previous videos, right here. He makes people want to become better because he's always working to become better. He does his best to connect with every individual in his organization, whether it's the brand new rookie that just came into the league or the seasoned pros. And he does a really great job of staying aligned with his leadership, with his coaching staff, or anybody else in the organization, so that whoever is looking at him as the leader can understand that that's how you're supposed to do it. So he leads by being a great follower. Ultimately, KD is one of the greatest that will ever play the game, and he will most likely go down in history as being an all-timer, a Hall of Famer, a GOAT, and rightfully so. Alright, cool, that's all we have for you today, so please let us know what you actually thought about the video. I want to hear your feedback in the comments and questions below. If you agree with me, if you disagree with me, whatever it is, we would love to hear from you. I really hope that you enjoyed the video, and I will see you later. Alright, thanks for hanging out. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure you subscribe to our channel, hit that notification bell right there, and then you'll get notified the next time that we drop a video. Actually, why wait? You can watch this one, or even that one. So many choices. Did you do it? Did they do it?
No, not yet.